So Finish Line, East Bay, and Foot Locker all are paying good money to rank well for the word, in paid search, for the word Nike Air Max. Everyone can see that? Okay. But none of them, other than Nike, were in the top 50 naturally. So they're bidding for a term. That tells me that it's important to them. They want to be visible for it. They want to get the traffic from it. Yet, they're not showing up naturally with domains like finishline.com, footlocker.com. They've been out on the internet 8, 9, 10 years. They've got links pointing them out the wazoo. This is what we call T-ball in SEO. This is put the ball up and just sit there and go, whoosh. They've got all the right tools to be successful, yet they're asleep at the wheel, which makes great opportunities for affiliates. Find big companies that are just like, SEO, what? We don't want to change our site to da-da-da, and go in and exploit it for like a year or two. I had the opportunity to work with a retailer that does $2 billion a year in sales. Their e-commerce tool was so poorly developed from a huge e-commerce company from search that we couldn't even do SEO for them because the infrastructure was so poor that we just had to go, can't do it. Because the cost to fix their e-commerce platform was quoted so high from this company. And it wasn't like an open source tool, of course, so therefore they could only go back to this company to fix it or to trash it. So some of these big companies, they know they're missing out on this, but they cannot get the buy-in to get the wheels in motion to abandon it and to take advantage of what's there. So as affiliates, it's like it's an amazing opportunity. So here we go. Here's Finish Line. Nice looking site. Looks great. You know, they got footwear, basketball, football. That's all good. So you look at it and you go, okay, this is a normal looking site. So far, so good. The next thing I look at is their URL. So when I clicked on their brands page, which is one level down on their hierarchy, the URL is fine. It doesn't have a bunch of equal signs and question marks and things in there that usually cause a problem that you find with major sites like this. So the page rank is able to flow through to it and all that good stuff. Okay, what kind of shocks me a little bit is from this page, they've got all these different brands, but yet they don't take the time to look at their top brands. I mean, they have them. They're Nike, I guess that's Jordan, Reebok, Puma, and Adidas. Yet they give them this list the same precedence as 310 motoring shoes. Let's think about it. Okay, if I could take this page and instead have Nike and maybe Nike's top 5 or 10 different shoe brands broken down by men and women, then maybe I could show up for them. But instead they go Nike from this page gets the same precedence as okay, how many of you have heard of Nike? Yay, they're awake. How many of you have heard of 310 motor shoes? How many of you own Nikes? How many of you own 310 motor shoes? Right, but yet this site goes, they're the same to us, they're equal. It's like, are you kidding me? So, let's continue to show you where they have an opportunity to do better. I have to be very careful of my words. I had a cease and desist show up for the last big guy that I picked on. And we're little guys, so we said, okay, we're sorry. We'll take it down from the blog. Okay, so the next thing you see is now, here we go. They didn't rewrite their URLs. That's a problem. And there's all kind of theories on, well, yeah, anyone here could say, I've seen sites that rank well with that. Type in some competitive terms in an area where it's not dominated by a big brand, and see if a lot of the sites that show up have very flat word slash, or if most of the sites have question marks and equal signs. 9 times out of 10, they're going to look like they're flat URLs. So I'm on the Nike page, yay, that has the same precedence as 310 motor shoes. Not that there's anything wrong, disclaimer, with 310 motor shoes. But so now their URL's a little bit messy. Okay, they're putting other shoe brands that aren't as well known on the same level as Nike. Okay, and then they're linking to Shox, LeBron, Jordan, some other stuff there. And I said, okay, I get it. They can't put every Nike brand there, I understand that. But one of their words is Shox. See Shox there at the top where my mouse is? I said, okay, let's take a look at the keyword research. And this is from Aaron Wall's SEO book tool. It's based off of Overture, off of Overture's data, but it's on Aaron Wall's site. It brings together monthly search volume, Google, Yahoo, MSN. It'll give you other terms using Google Suggest. Don't use word tracker or keyword discovery. I think they're a bit of a waste. Google Trends is there, and then there's a couple of others. The big one at the end is Quintura, which I really like too. What you'll see is that the word Nike Shox is typed in 5 times more then the word shocks. Let's go back to what Finish Line has done. Shocks. Would it be that difficult? And I know bigger brands are sometimes hard to kind of get the wheels in motion, but would it be that difficult to just put the word Nike in front of shocks and give yourself a better opportunity when I click on that link to show up for 5 times more of the audience? Not to mention, when you type in shocks, you know, the first site isn't Nike related, the second site is, the third is, the fourth is in what language? Hebrew, thank you. Sorry, I'm not a world traveler. The next one is NBCI, OMIM. Okay, you know what? Taking it in that context, ranking well for the word shocks, not really that big of a deal. Why? Because people are going to do that search and go, no, I'm looking for Nike shocks. Going to go back in and change their search. And as you can see, Nike shocks, 5 times more the search volume than shocks.